Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about free will. So the question is, why did God give us free will? Especially, why did he give us free will if he knew that we were going to misuse it, and he knows everything, so he knows that we're going to sin? That is a fantastic question, and a question that a lot of philosophers and theologians have struggled with and reflected on for a long time. And yeah, there's a couple of, there's obviously a lot more than I can get into in a short video like this, but I think one of the most basic reasons is who God is, right? God is a creator, right? So he delights to share his love with his creation, and he creates all manner of creation, right? So if God wanted a race of robots that would simply obey every single command, he could have created that. And in a certain sense he did, right? We can say on some level, right? He created trees, he created rocks, he created animals, which are driven by instinct, right? They don't have free will, they can't choose to love. But then he creates human beings, he creates angels as well. And so we are the type of beings that can return the love that God has for us to him freely. And so if we just look at the order of creation, there are things in creation that cannot love God with a free will, and there are creatures that can. Now, why did God choose to create some that can and some that can't? Besides the fact that he's an all-good, all-loving Father and Creator. I mean, I guess we'll find out the specifics when we get to heaven. We can ask him specifically. But simply giving us free will, right? That doesn't, simply because God gives us free will, that doesn't mean that he somehow, wants us to commit evil, or it doesn't mean that he, essentially gives us like license to sin. What it means, if we have free will, it means that we need to freely choose to love God or not to love him. If God is love, and all love, to be true love, always has to be free, so it has to be freely given and freely received. If we didn't have free will, we couldn't freely love God. And so I'd say that at the most basic level is the fundamental reason why God gives us free will, because he wants us to be able to love him in some kind of way, in a similar way that he loves us. Obviously not nearly to the degree, but in the sense that he freely loves us, we can freely love him in a way that other parts of his creation can't. And so at a most basic level, that would be the reason. And if God were to step in and fix every single misuse of free will, then we really wouldn't have free will, right? So free will entails the possibility of saying no to God, but also the beautiful, wonderful possibility of saying yes to God. So hope that's helpful, and God bless all of you, and we'll see you back here next time, where we will be discussing anointing of the sick and what happens to someone who is anointed, is given the sacrament of anointing of the sick after they die. So take care, and God bless.